dear IAS aspirants, viewers of YouTube and listeners of podcast channel. I am taking some more interview related problem solving and pressure handling situations. An IPS officer is asked to share investigations which is ongoing in a particular important popular case. Should you reveal as an investigation officer? If not, are you not afraid of contempt of court case? Another problem is IAS officer, DM, you are task force chief comprising of members from municipal board and police chief, district police chief. You have caught unauthorized construction. You are offered bribe, and surprisingly, your very old trusted friend. Why? Because he tells you that if you don't take bribe, your boss, reporting officer will take, and it so happens. What to do in these situations? So, first thing first, as an IPS officer, you are investigating a very important and popular case in media that is related to catching hold of a small accused in a mafia running for illegal opium, arms deals, and other smuggling. This mole, with great persuasion and not very third degree method, but reveals you something on the condition that you will not reveal his name or about his inputs in media or otherwise, because his family members are in danger, in threat. You promise him and he starts revealing you something. There is next day High Court proceedings, and the High Court judges ask you, dear IPS officer, tell us what is going on. Nothing is being done in this case, and we are having habeas corpus and other issues pending before us. Why don't you tell us what is going on investigation? You tell as a bold and honest, straightforward officer, sir, your honor, I am unable to reveal the name and share the ongoing investigation. You get the threat. Are you aware of contempt of court case? Second thing, which is more important, that in court cases before High Court and Supreme Court, you can reveal the important things in investigation because they are also custodian of our constitution and law provisions. So there is no harm if you share. But in this case, you are saved on the basis of very Supreme Court and High Court judgments. You can take shelter under that High Court judgments, Supreme Court judgments, that ongoing investigations you are not necessarily bound to reveal. Particularly if you tell the High Court that I have given a promise to the mole not to reveal his name and because his family is in danger. Your High Court judges may agree, may not. Because they might say, Acha, your promise to the accused is more important than sharing the information with us. But some good sense will prevail upon judiciary and they will understand your situation, because sometimes during investigation you get information only on the precondition that you are not going to display before media or before any forum because his family is in danger. In this case, you have to show your boldness and tell the interview board, okay, sir, if I am there, I would take this argument, persuade the court, and with folded hands, I will request them not to insist on this. You will be saved, I promise. So you win the interview. See, in interviews, we are generally told that the interviewers are more experienced, more knowledgeable. No, you should not be in the myth. They are certainly more experienced, more knowledgeable, but not necessarily in your field. So you should speak out anything with confidence. Don't bluff, but be articulate. I have observed during some more important interviews, there is a tussle whether articulate person is okay or not. My more experienced interviewers have told me that you should appreciate if there is articulate manner a person is showing his personality is better than not knowing anything. Right? Another example of, see, some of the examples I am giving is based on ट्रू स्टोरीज, सच्ची कथाओं पर आधारित. तो इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग हैपेंड विद समबडी दैट इन ए टास्क फोर्स डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट he is approached by his own trusted old friend who knows you are honest and straightforward. That, dear friend, you had inspected one site of unauthorized construction up to third story and you have got this information, you are going to proceed further. District municipal chief has taken bribe, wants to compromise with the information, but you and police chief, district police chief, are insisting that no, we should expose. You come out with the information that the building is being constructed on the support of local, say, minister or politician or MLA. In the evening when your friend comes, he tells you that if you do not get this bribe, your boss is already being approached and he will tell you to do this to close the case. Now it is up to your जमीर, कहते हैं ना अपना अंतर्मन. अगर आप अंतर्मन की बात करते हैं कि भाई मेरा अंतर्मन कहता है मैं तो नहीं लेता, मेरा बॉस का अंतर्मन अलाउ करता है, all right, it is up to him, but I don't want to be part of this illegal closing of the case. Next day, you are asked in the interview, suppose next day, your boss asks you, bhai, you close the case, what is there? You have inspected during task force, close the case, it is none of your concern, municipal chief will handle it. Then, how will you handle it? Because you cannot say no to boss under normal circumstances. The best way out is, sir, I am in a problem. Please save my position. Now that his information is with me, I can't close it because police chief is also insisting and my antarman does not allow me. So, sir, please advise me. He will give you some clue because if he has taken bribe, he will take some responsibility. He'll say, okay, Mr. DM, you send the file to me. If he takes the file, he will shut the case. He will not ask you to take action or not to take action. The case is closed. You have not saved the illegal enforcement and all that, but you have saved the pressure handling situation. Sometimes it is not that you are a Mahan bureaucrat, but sometimes your little Mahan is better than falling in controversy. So this is another solution. Third issue related to election. You are DM returning officer. Your ARO sitting in remote area where only 25 voters are in the electoral roll. Within half an hour they have all casted their votes. The area is not safe, Naxali area. Presiding officer requests ARO, Assistant Returning Officer, sir, please allow us to go because all 25 have casted their vote. He asks you, ADM, Returning Officer, sir, shall I allow them? No. Why you should say no? Interviewer asks you. There is a justification. Not that it is a formality. That somebody has to sit up to 4 p.m. closing time of poll. There is some other important thing. What is there? For this, you are given a reference of one of former Chief Election Commissioner's book on elections. Here he explains that even for a single voter, a polling station is to be established because of that this single voter resides in lone area which is more than 2 or 3 kilometers away from other voters. The polling station has to be established. The thing is, when 25 voters have cast the vote, the problem may be that maybe at 3:30 before closing, a person comes claims that I am one of those voters out of 25 list. Then you will say, okay, you have already cast your vote. He gives you proof, substantial proof that he is the actual thing. What you will do? You cannot say no. You have to arrange for a tender vote for him, and this tender vote, you must know, it is not going in the ballot box. It is a separate record but it is a valid procedure. So maybe that any of 25 voters or many of 25 voters may actually come with real proof that some fake person has cast his vote. So under these circumstances, until the time is over, you have to be there. Last problem of the day, that only 10 minutes are left in closing time at 5 p.m. For example, in Delhi, there are 50 persons in the queue. As presiding officer calls you on wireless as ARO, he requests you, okay, please advise me what to do, what you will do, what procedures you will adopt. Should all persons coming up to 5 p.m. are allowed to vote, and coming beyond 5 are allowed? How you will arrange? Simple method is the logic, simple logic, that whoever enters the polling arena, polling booth by 5 p.m. closing time, you have to allow all such voters in the queue, even if last person votes up to 7 p.m. How you will manage that only these voters are allowed? You start distributing tokens starting from 1 to 50 or 55 number of few persons, starting from where? Not from the last one, but from the last person who entered at 5 p.m. He will be number 1, and then when he casts his vote, it is 6:30, 7, 8, he is allowed, he is legally right to cast his vote. So these are the 4 important problem solving, pressure handling cases. There are so many, so that I will make you interview very simple. Please be with me. Next time I will take some ethical questions. You should also remember some of the, what is the meaning of tender votes? Does it count? What is the meaning of nota? Not out of the above. So if it wins, means first past the post. This is the principle. Plurality of vote. Whoever passed the post wins. Here in this case, whoever gets majority of votes, suppose there are 1,000 electors, 700 cast the vote. A person with majority other than nota gets 200 votes. He will win the election because it's not necessary he should get 501 votes. He should have majority of valid votes. First past the post. I think you understand this. Thank you very much. Namaskar.